All right, greetings. Okay. All right, we're going to messages and to the Q&A. All right, blessings. There you go. Greetings. This is Archangel Michael. So yeah, there's many different terms for the fallen angel. Your Gnostics have a connection to the. I have a different definition. You see, your fallen angels that are part of society, as you can see. And it is like it's a doorway as you are going back into your ancient history, where it's been a lot of the knowledge has been shut out. But it's more of your Lemurian, Atlantean. It goes much deeper than that, though. Basically, coming from your Earth itself. Those that were, you say, channeling the vibrations of your planet. Basically, your origins, and it's just allowing that original energy to come through again. And yes, everyone's story is going to be a little bit different because it's from your different point of view, but they all come together in the long run. It all just comes into one giant story. And it's hard for one person to see all different perspectives. But it does, one perspective can bring about other memories. So, lessons. Greetings. This is the consciousness of Sophia. Greetings. It's you are your birthright. You are right to it. There is, of course, a lot of rewritings of history to make everything complicated, to form the world that you have today. And there, yeah, so much of your energies is within the earth itself. The knowledge of it, basically, your timelines have been buried due to agendas of others. Usually, they're war profiteers, propagandists, actually, of your past. Actually, Alexander the Great was one of them. I believe he was used as to hide the history. Even Julius Caesar. Those behind Julius Caesar is a part of rewriting history. So usually hidden in history, of course. So those that are writing the books, of course, most of their names have been erased from history, but those family lines are still here today, writing your current history. So most likely you'll see that world start to evolve as you start to see more of your past. So we'll just leave you with that. Blessings. Greetings to you. Greetings to your civilization. We are the elephant beings from Sirius. We are connected to Ganesh's frequency. We're also connected to the dolphin frequencies here, which also connects to your Lemurian energies. There is this birthright, birthmarks on your planet. Much of the seeding of the earth happened in your Africa. One of your Earth's human seedings, of course, a major one. Of course, now it's been hidden we say try to hide it. It doesn't hide exactly all that well. So, like when you see the animals on certain continents, it gives you an idea of the extraterrestrial energy that is there too. So, and the world was a lot more wild in the past, as you see from saber-toothed tiger and what was it, the mammoths of the past. So, of course, the dinosaurs also, but there's much more that's been, well, not hidden completely, but is this that was a time of, yes, a prehistoric time that was much needed. And you're seeing much of that energy still here, but it's within the people. So you're not seeing the animals here of the past or the dinosaurs, but you are feeling the vibrations within the humans themselves. So they're still going through what they're going through from the past, current time. So I'm here to answer your questions whenever you're ready.
Hello, blessings, greetings, elephant. I was
Great.
getting a lot of downloads on that one. That was a
Yes.
packed message right there. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Up first this evening we have Daria.
Well, hello, elephants of Sirius,
Greetings.
Sirius elephants. So
Yes.
I'm kind of having a question about because I love to work with what Sophia said, like the ancestors of the
Yes.
earth, and then we have I worked with a fallen, and I love that. Then I had the most craziest lucid dream, like it was out of this world. I don't even know if I was actually out of my body, just moving around and in conversation with beings, and which was really strange. I saw two spheres of chrome balls flying around me, and then I kind of felt it sucked my energy, tried to suck my energy in. And then the second one came and did this exactly same. And then I was in a room with full of mind readers that did telepathic reading on me, and they smoked heavily tobacco. And I just wonder what the message that might come out of my soul about exactly the incident there.
But it's you have a conversation with different beings about the future. It feels like some of the smoke was there to have some of this go into amnesia. It wasn't made for this, so it's like a smoke screen. But when you're seeing, objects moving around, it shows that there's time. Time is moving on Earth. But I believe where you were is pretty still. So it just has to do with the agendas that are basically many, doorways. Much information is opening up within the planet. And you can see you were preparing for it. So,
Yeah, because that was like taking acid and being
yeah,
in it remotely in my 3D body,
yeah. It
and
seems like you're
having three heads. I
yeah,
was
your three heads. Yeah, that's three aspects of yourself. So
that was so crazy.
it seems like your root chakra is opening up more.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah. So this where you're going, what you're discovering is within the earth, as you see. So
cool. Thank you. And do you have a message? Is it from? I mean, anyone from your collective, or it can be yourself. Thank you.
well, a lot of your incarnating here, you had to mask yourself, to cover up what you're capable of, and as you know, and kind of like a hermit, even now. But you need this time to discover yourself. So if you had an active lifetime in the physical, it would be difficult to open up other passages within you that you're here to do. So you are doing Mother Earth's energy work with the Earth. It just you have to kind of do it in silence as it's being done, but it's only temporary though.
Yeah, I know. It's like in because I know the future is old, so I've seen every possible future timelines, and I know it's
Mm.
going to be okay. So
Yeah,
anything I do or say now doesn't have a
yeah.
doesn't do anything about it, so I can just be in the 3D and like they won't find me anyway. But
It feels like you're
well,
stabilizing everything, though, balancing
yeah.
for others, maybe not always for yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna change that now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the message.
We do feel little dragon beings around you, like little
Mm,
miniature versions of them. They might start
yeah,
showing up
I
on you.
actually did, because in that lucid dreaming, there was a they had a dragon. How do you call it? Because the dragons get into a cone to sleep, and
Yeah,
it looked like a stair down the grounds,
yeah.
and they were sleeping. So it was really, yeah. I feel that the
It's
the
also
the
similar
answer
to.
is yes.
They also sleep similar to a feline.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you, and have a cool channeling with these girls. Blessings.
Hey, thank you. Up next, we've got Steve.
Hello, elephants.
Brings you.
Greetings to you. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you.
Sweet, sweet. Thank you so much for being here. Much love. I was wondering if you could connect. Actually, a new series came out on Netflix called Lost in Space. It's about the non-biological entities, the Will Robinson and everything, and seems like I got a real strong connection with the robots and stuff. And don't want to spoil it, but they have their original self was not a robot, and I was just wondering if you could connect with my non-biological entities and see what you can bring through, any messages, connections to that series. Thank you.
Well, I feel like, yeah, you yourself, as you know, have been lost at space many, many times. And one of those, it seems that as a human, you transferred your consciousness to a robot to survive because there was nobody coming to get anyone. So, and your bodies were not exactly surviving. So you transferred, and it was successful too. Strange, but also successful. I imagine you can pick up on that. I believe you went quite a long time. I believe you found home after that, but you were more a machine at that time. I don't believe that was really accomplished, though, the race that you were connected to, but you found a way to do it. And you had others with you, of course, also. So,
Y- Yeah, that's exactly the Lost in Space. That basically what they did is they were biological, and then they
yeah.
moved into non-biological in their
Yeah.
image. Thank you for that. Second question, since I'm really connected with the elephants, had dreams, and just would love to know more info on the animal kingdom or the elephant species, just what in Sirius or whatever. Thank you.
Well, to add a little bit to your first question, there's also been you've been an android being, and you had your consciousness transferred to a human, an embryo to be born, which is very advanced for a species to be able to do that. To actually connect to the consciousness and move it to and for the baby to be born and form and everything. Even during the process of its of the fetus being formed, the beings can even talk to it, talk to you, not it, but you. So that's pretty. You probably connect to that. So we'll just leave it. That's what we have for your second question. So blessings.
Sweet, thank you. Blessings. Thanks so much.
All right, very cool. Thank you for that. We've got Silver Claw next.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is I just finished massage school, and my boss knows I want to work part time until I do the state license exam. He has not messaged me back, so I want to know if I can just start clocking in like I used to, or if I should wait for a response from him.
I feel like you can clock in as you used to. It's not. I don't feel like you'll find a fault with it. Not from what we see.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd still message him and see if he responds. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. As long as he wants me to work back again, it sounds like so. That's great.
Yes.
My second question is any inspiring messages for me at this time?
Just you're dealing with new timelines for manifestation, but also you're healing a lot of your chakras due to all the stress that you went through this whole process. So there's kind of like a rebuilding that's going on. So you probably feel you have more energy. Maybe not yet, but eventually you feel, because it has been quite draining for the past couple months. So blessings.
Oh, great. So I'll bounce back. Thank you so much.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Marvin. Marvin, you there? You may have stepped away. So we'll move on and come back to Marvin. So up next, we've got Michael.
I'm
Oh,
here, Bobby. Can you hear me?
yeah, there he goes.
Okay. For my first question, is there any messages about the Magi, about me looking at the lesser keys of Solomon?
You do, your energy does connect with it. You combine with that magi energy. So it is healing much of your chakras. It's connecting more to astral planes. So it is bringing you to a more fourth dimensional state of mind.
Okay. This is my first question. Was the Magi human, or was it like a hybrid, or was it extraterrestrial race?
I was looking at all of them. All of those. It's been a hybrid, it's been an extraterrestrial race, it's been a spirit being. So
Does it have something connected with the O negative bloodline?
yes. And also A.
Okay. Okay. For my second question, uh, I've been really getting a lot of feedback about this solar eclipse that's supposed to, I guess, supposed to happen on a Sunday, and me being in Midwest in America, and I was wondering because the last solar uh, eclipse that we had, I filmed it and I seen and filmed it. It was a almost like a star, but I don't think it was a star and stuff. So I just want to know whatever is supposed to come, what am I supposed to be connected with during this December the 4th eclipse, and how can I communicate with it and stuff to let know what I want to be known, what I want to happen upon this earth and stuff. And what being is it?
Well, it's connected to Palladian energies. So it's like a Palladian wave of frequency that's coming in. There's some Syrian, but I believe it's mostly Palladian, at least in your area.
Okay.
So it's just
Do it.
telepathically connecting to or feeling like you're on your home planet. At least one of your homes, at least. So,
Is there like a time limit? Because I'm normally Sunday I work. I'm just trying to figure out, can they give me like a time that I can actually go out and do my, not a prayer, but my telepathic type of
yeah.
thing?
Well, you can do it at work, but you can do it when you have a moment away from work or when you're done with work. There's really no time limit because the energy stays with the earth. When that happens, it stays with the earth for several days. So
Okay.
it's going to be here for a while.
Would they hear me if
Yes,
I'm
of
trying
course.
to send telepathic and stuff? Would they? Okay.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Yeah.
And can I get a physical? Can you hear the
Of course.
Palladians, a
Yeah.
physical and stuff? Thank you.
Yes. Blessings.
It should be an interesting time. Solar eclipse with a new moon. Pretty powerful for manifestation. Very cool. Up next, we've got Michael.
Hello, elephant beings.
Yes. Greetings.
My first question is, it seems like I've got a new timeline that's positive. Seems like everything's going pretty well. My daughter's back in my life. I've got surgery that's scheduled about a month from now. Work seems to be all right. And so, and plus I adopted another kitten that I'm picking up tomorrow. Because I had a private channeling, and these two are like very extremely exhausted from the negativity here. But anyway, I just want to know if you could tell me how things, like, I don't know, just like a heads up, how, if I'm on the right track, if, is there anything you could tell me from your collective or.
What you went through before was for you to clear out old negative attachments, a dark night of the soul, just to do a release. So the reason why everything was kind of falling apart was just to help you just get this all out of your system. So now it seems like you've achieved that. So yeah, just allow more, just keep on the good vibrations now. So enjoy the ride.
Yeah, definitely. And my second question is similar to a question I asked last Wednesday. So I was told to do as much homework on my SSP, get in touch with people. I've been reaching out to people. James Rink has been telling me some people that could probably help me. And then I met this beautiful soul, Anne Marie. She does light language, and she is a very beautiful soul. She took time to message me like face to face and talk to me, and she is a very advanced being. But like, so is there, like, if I meditated and I just want to really start learning more and more about all of my, remember, and like Tony Rodriguez is mad at me. I found out some stuff about him. He's not really what he, but who cares? Who cares?
Well, you use your obviously patience, but use your intuition. Yeah, there's going to be. It's like what you're doing is like writing a novel, technically, but you're pulling it out of yourself. So you're pulling this knowledge out of you. It is good to write things down, actually, or to type it out. It's up to you. Like you channel text it. It could be little notes. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be just notes. But just allowing it's kind of like meditation. You just allow your intuition to remember. And, I believe you'll enjoy just like writing down little things. Even movies, sci-fi movies, things like that. I'll start remembering things. You definitely had a connection to giant bugs. I think you know that.
Yeah.
Already.
Yes.
So
like Starship Troopers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we see the bugs. So, and them, you went into places that other beings didn't want to go to. So, there is a lot with the SSP you have to pull out of yourself. And it's pretty heavy, as you know.
Do you think that will take a long, long time, or do you think like meditation? Like if I did it meditation,
little by little. Yeah, just every day. Yeah, where you feel to dive into it. Sometimes you may take a break from it, but it's gonna take some time though. Not forever, but it's gonna take some time.
Okay.
Because it's deep within you. I mean, a hypnosis type of thing you can do, which is kind of like a meditation you can do on yourself. So,
yeah.
Right.
Okay. Blessings. Thank you.
Good blessings. That was good advice. I use the notes app on my phone to, take notes that I don't want to forget either.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Up next, we've got Ava.
Hi. Do you have any messages for me today?
There is a esoteric history you're connected to in your past. I believe you already know this. The Alistair Crowley connection. I believe you knew him in a previous lifetime. And I believe you are revealing some of like the more useful information from him. You're doing that now already, but I believe there's more. So Yeah, that was a tough. I believe you know now how long you knew that person is not known. It was not by
Okay.
us. We did know him. But it doesn't
Okay.
feel like it was very long. But you did get a lot of information from him, from what I can see.
Okay.
So he used to be a dragon in his past life. Maybe not the
Oh.
most positive dragon.
You know, one time, I think about 3 years ago, I woke up by being dragged out of my bed by
Yeah.
my wrist.
Mhm.
And I opened my eyes and I saw a tall blue reptilian with my
Yeah.
real eyes, not even third eyes
Yeah.
or third eye. And I never really got more information what was happening. I didn't get scared or anything. I was like, hey,
That's
you know,
good.
what you doing?
That's good to know.
So what was he doing?
Well, you were in higher fourth dimension, as you can see. So he saw you. I think he was trying to kidnap you. And obviously
Damn.
you stopped it. He was trying to abduct you. So
Would he would bring me back, or that would be it?
that's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think he wanted to. He wanted to keep you as a prize. Yeah, he would have kept you in his reality. So it gives you an idea how abductions are working, at least for missing persons, things like that.
Oh damn, I'm not so happy about the party going on here now.
There's no way that would have succeeded though, on his part. But it gives you an understanding of how they work though.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially around children. I mean, those are the best subject matter. But that's how it works with kids. Usually it's a lot easier though, because the beings just snatch them. I know it's not the most positive, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. That has to be, brought up eventually.
Yes.
So thank you for that. Yeah. Right. Up next, we've got Catalin.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
I have stumbled on a channel that brings information about situation all around the world and some intervention.
Oh, you have to do something about it. We can't understand it.
Let me switch my.
Yeah, we can't understand.
Can you hear me now?
No. Not well.
You may be having some technical issues,
Yeah.
Catalin. If you have some headphones or try logging off and logging in.
Or you want to type it, that might be a bit easier.
Yeah, type it in or try logging off and logging in. But we're going to have to, get the technical issues squared away for now.
I'll come back.
Okay. All right, thank you. Up next, we're gonna move on to Tristan.
Greeting, elephant beings.
Greetings to you.
I have to say, I find you guys particularly beautiful.
Thank you. We think the same of your species.
Oh, thank you. I have a question about. I was looking at this guy walking down the street from my window. He was completely bent over, so osteoporosis. He couldn't stand up, an older guy. And then I got a vision of like a black octopus on his back, kind of hanging out and sucking him. And then I got the idea of, the octopus doesn't even know why he's, taking that much from this being. He shouldn't be taking all of that. And so the octopus was also being controlled by something much bigger, and I was trying to connect with that, but that was like so nebulous, and it was very tall, and just didn't want to be seen. So what was that all?
So yeah, what the octopus was being controlled by an archon, I believe like a ship, a mothership that's not seen obviously. So the octopus was mentally taken over. Our octopus has a lot of Orion energies, that has a way, it has a power to manipulate. It doesn't use it, but someone else is using it to manipulate other people, the thoughts into their mind, programming, things of that kind.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it was kind of sad. It was like this moment of
well,
even the poor octopus. It's like, oh, poor you, you're going too far, and you didn't want to.
well, you're going to see more. Not that you'll see more of that yourself, but that's what you know how the animal life. I mean, just in the physical, what they're going through. Now you're seeing more of the astral realms. So yeah, but the more you see it and know it, it's being healed. So that says a lot.
Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you.
So you seeing that was you healing it situation. You weren't just there to look at it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You just made me happy again.
Yeah, think that you are helping that soul, the person and the octopus. Yeah. So
okay.
It's a big deal.
And my other question was, you had mentioned a ship, and I was thinking about ships and spaceships, and I was also thinking, why would beings like do all that, like technological and all this trouble of physically getting into a ship and physically coming over to our planet when they could, just remote view or remote do anything? What's the advantage of doing all that work in the physical to bring yourself physically to us? But what's the advantage of staying that way?
Well, think of like the ship is like a satellite. So it works with the Earth's energy, and it does have the consciousness of the people or the beings on it. So it works with the environment. So it helps them become more physical. They're not physical beings, but with them all together on a ship, and it just helps them to help. It's like bringing their home world to your world. Yes, they can remote view. Many would much rather do that, but the effects aren't as strong as they are being here. So.
Okay, so having a physical presence means they can interact more with what's going on here, because they're on the same level of us.
Yeah, because if you remote view it or astrally, it's like a whisper. But if you're here physically, it's like, oh, we have that person's mind taken over. It's like you're right there, right next to the being. That's why people feel reptilian beings around other beings roaming around. It's just much easier to be ground crew here.
Okay. Good.
Yes, good.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Helpful beings here too, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. So they call themselves ground crew. They're actually coming down, but probably covertly.
Yes, but it's kind of like a video game in some ways. Maybe not everyone's shooting each other like your world has, but it is kind of like that, where the alien beings are kind of superhuman depending on the being.
Interesting. All right, very cool. Okay, we're gonna try Catalin one more time.
Yes.
We're still having the.
Yeah, we feel like it's better if he just types it.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to type your questions, Catalin. It's coming in real bad.
It's probably has something to do with this question.
All right, just please type them in and I'll read them for you. All right, thank you for that. Up next we've got Galicia.
Hello.
Yes,
greetings. Thank you for being here. I feel, interestingly too, energetically, I feel pretty tapped in right now into some higher energies. I know I feel a strong connection with the elephants, and they've appeared in my life many, many times, both being in Africa and in Thailand. And I have one tattoo only on my body, which happens to be of a Ganesha, but when he was a baby, it's like inside of an Om sign. So I'm just going to ask a general question. What do you feel that to my highest good, to my soul, either about our connection or something you would like me to know? There's I don't know, almost like an emotion that I feel like connecting with the elephants. So.
Yeah. Well, the elephant energy is like a forgiving frequency. Like the Ganesh, just sending a world of love. Of course, you've been part of our collective. You've had also Palladian incarnations. So I see it, you're connected to like the rainbow people. So you have different colors connected to you, and you're just an energy force that's not here to judge or even you're here just to bring a different type of frequency here for humans to unlock themselves, unlock their chakras. So you come from worlds that are Palladian worlds or humanoid worlds, to keep it general, of just like a healing race. You probably feel that within yourself. Of course, you come here to do what you need to discover about yourself, releasing a lot of reptilian connections with the planet. It seems you definitely have a history with this Earth in the past, for sure. You probably know that already.
Yeah, I feel like I've been around everywhere in some way for a while. Yeah.
You've had a lot of strong spirit. Okay, they're not going to say spirit guide connections here.
So it was more like spirit guide incarnations than necessarily physical on Earth.
Well, you've had a lot of physical, but the spirit guide lifetimes feels like you have been here physical. I mean,
Yeah,
you have certain people here. Yeah.
The elephants kind of inspire, speaking of balance and things, they feel very, they have their ears and their trunk that touches the ground, and they're like big, but at the same time I feel like they should have wings and fly. Like there's just something with the elephants that they are kind of like a balanced being. They could be the roughest and kill everything, but they are so gentle at the same time, and they could be absolutely just pure heart. So okay, well, since we're on this topic, Africa, that seems to have come up in a few private messages for me. And in this lifetime, in my early 20s, I actually went to Malawi, and I was doing a volunteering with some kids over there. And maybe you could go deeper into my connections with Africa and whatever you feel is most important for.
Why you went there was to heal the Zeta energy that's here. I do feel like you work a lot with the Zetas to bring out more of a positive side out of them, especially the darker ones. It feels like you can talk to them without a problem. It feels like, you might meet a very angry Zeta, but you can see right through them. So like you're almost like a Zeta therapist. So, but which goes into the mad scientist, which also goes to the nerd introvert energy that's here. Over time you'll be able to pick up who is Zeta, who is not, if you need to. But some of that will just come to you. So I feel like they're not saying what kind of soul origin you have right now, but it's just you're here to heal a lot of the conflict that's here. That's mostly in the fourth dimension, but it does come into the third.
Yeah, I feel like very much like a bridge.
Yes.
Like in general,
right.
Just and sometimes just the same as the message to Daria, and I wrote in the message that I wrote this quote that sometimes we sacrifice our own balance to tip the scales. I feel like that's what I'm learning now, to heal, like how to be balanced in myself also, and not always just be the bridge, because it kind of feels like being a bridge, I'm never really anywhere. I'm always like, so kind of finding a place where I could be truly present also here, not just like trying to merge sides always.
Well, yeah, you're going to your own darkness like anyone else is here.
Yeah.
And so that was the exchange of knowledge. You bring your knowledge here, but you also figure what you need to clear out also at the same time.
Yeah.
It goes much deeper than that, but
of course. Thank you very much. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. We've got Kathleen's questions. His first question, he says, how accurate is Brad Johnson's channel related to our world and white hats?
That's a little bit controversial, as you know. At least 50%. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he does get blocked a lot. Maybe he's overconfident at times. So overconfidence is pretty heavy there, as you can see, especially with the light coming in, because they talk about the light coming in, but you don't really see it happening. It's happening, but not at what they're saying. So like everything is going to be cleared out tomorrow. That's not the case, as you know. So your intuition is, I believe you're picking up on it quite a bit. So yes, blessings.
Yeah, thank you. Like as with anything, use discernment.
Mhm.
His second question: I did a medical test for driver's license, and they tell me that they found blood in urine. It's a condition I have since a long time ago. Is there something I need to explore about my kidneys?
Was it a driving test? Was this?
For a driver's license,
Driver's
he had
test?
to do a medical test, and they found blood in his urine.
Oh, well, yeah, just see a doctor. Yeah, just I believe they're just giving him some medication. Something needs to be healed and not showing what. I feel like medication that they're pretty aware of. It's nothing like lethal or anything. It's actually there to help you. Because self-healing can only do so much sometimes. But of course, it does seem like whatever is going on, it's affecting his liver. So if you can see somebody about it, that's entirely up to you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Annie.
Hi, greetings.
Brings you.
So I just recently moved finally this weekend, and my boyfriend's having like a difficult time with the move, even though he really wanted to. But I didn't know if there was any messages you could help me with his higher self.
Yes. So it looks like where you moved into, he's not be able to handle the vibrations of it. So a clearing, I believe you have done a clearing there, but like where he sleeps, there seems to be a dense ghost energy that's coming in, if I can say. So it just feels like it's the place, but mostly where he sleeps. It's been hitting him pretty hard. So, and you can
Okay.
also scan the area if you feel Indian mounds or anything Indian-like. We're not really seeing anything there, but it does seem like, well, inside the home, you can work there first, like sage or something similar to that to do a clearing.
Okay, yeah, I actually was going to do a clearing, and I just
Yeah.
haven't gotten around to it
Oh, yeah,
yet. But
understood.
okay, yeah.
Understood. Understood. You have enough. Now, you
Okay,
might have to do a
good.
couple of clearings there.
Okay.
Anything with a mirror also. So for him, yeah, he's going through a depression. Yeah. So is the energy
Okay,
of the
thank you.
beings
Yeah.
that used to live there? It's ghost energy, but also whoever lived there first before you, their vibration is still there and it's heavy. So at least from our
Okay.
perspective.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm noticing. Okay, great. And then my second question is any messages, I guess really from my higher self?
Well, I do see you dabbling in some kind of this is of course up to you. Witchcraft, maybe just white magic when the time is right. Because you do have the capability of it. Because you have been like an old witch in the past, like a pagan witch in the past, and it's still with you. So, and you see what you're going through now in this new place. It does seem like it's igniting another side of you, it seems. So, something to
Okay.
think about. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have some really old trees too, I've noticed. I've kind of been connecting with the trees here. So I'm thinking, yeah, there's some really old ancestry stuff
Yeah,
here.
you have strong pagan history, very strong. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
spoken, fire, things like that.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so clearings would be really, really good.
Yes, yeah, you'll see the difference though. That's the thing. Some people do this type of
Oh,
work and they don't
great.
always see a difference. I feel like you'll feel an instant difference. So
Okay, great. All right. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Crystal.
Greetings, elephants.
Greetings.
Thank you for being here. Any messages for me?
There is you definitely do have a biblical connection. I believe this mentioned last time about your Yeshua connection, I believe.
Yes.
It's still there. It's obvious. Yeah, there's ancestry there within that family line, the Yeshua energy, actually. if it's with you currently, like you're part of the bloodline, it's not clear with that, but you definitely have been part of the bloodline in your past. A lot to do with water, even the energy of the mythology of walking on water, things like that. Obviously, the history is hidden a lot of that, but we do have a lot of connections to water, like its magic abilities. So,
Well, that explains a lot.
yeah, the water is very powerful. Like if you have just water, like holy water, they call it holy water, but you just bless it basically, and you can feel the properties work with it.
Oh my God, that just explains so much.
Yeah.
So my second question is, I want to know, can you tell me more about what my exact connection was to Jesus? Because I've gotten that many times, but I can't tie down what the actual connection was. You said there's a possible bloodline. I don't know.
Oh
Is that
yeah.
something?
In the past, definitely. Yes, you've definitely been part of the Yeshua bloodline in your past, definitely.
Okay.
This lifetime is just not clear of how you remember it. Yeah, you've had now you did know him in your past. I believe you were young though, like a child, but you had the similar abilities that he did. So you continue the teachings, after he died or whatever timeline you want to connect with. He's going to do several. And you just you practice a lot of his teachings in your throughout your life when you knew him, and then when you were in his bloodline, you were pretty much hidden from society because you did have like psychic abilities that was unusual for the time. Be able to see things a bit more, even similar to now, actually. So I do see you part of secret societies in your past.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because I think you feel like keeping a low profile. Yeah, that's why. So.
Oh.
Blessings.
Yeah, got to make it out this time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'll be fine.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Susan.
Greetings, elephants. Thank you for being with us this evening.
Yes.
Can you tell me, do individuals have specific totem animals in their lives?
Yes, you can have several actually. I see with you have a fox, but also you have a panda bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the fox is the strength. Panda is just you're delicate with others.
Okay.
I believe
Thank you.
you also have the hawk. Because you probably feel very, strong. Yeah. Hawk is, of course, the fox has strength, but the hawk has a lot of strength. So
I feel like I'm getting stronger in my old age.
Yeah, you're in a lot of ways you are kind of getting younger, you can say. You're getting more to your youthful self, because you're not letting the problems of life take you down anymore.
So true.
Yeah, you're letting the worry go. Humans are always gonna have normal worries. That's normal, but you're just not letting things. As somebody your age, you're not letting those problems as normal. People at your age normally bring all kinds of problems into your life. As you probably.
I did it the other way around. I worried more as a young child.
Exactly. That helps with longevity.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Good. My second question is, are there any messages for me?
Well, you are on a good luck timeline. So as long as you keep your karma in decent, good to others, good to yourself. Just mind your mind. Like if you get mad at somebody, mind your thoughts. Because they'll come back and haunt you. Yeah. So just like you might be mad at somebody and that's fine, but just like, okay, sorry about that, clear that energy out. We're all good.
So I need to be patient with my husband?
Yeah, just you can also look for a more positive outcome with that. and more realization of why there's a blockage there and why he's being the way he is. Because he's not revealing, but it will come to you intuitively why it's happening the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Shar. Shar, are you there? Okay, might have stepped away. So for the time being, we'll move on to Christy.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings to you.
So I was wanting to see if you could tap into the energies that are out here because we've been seeing light ships and stuff, all kinds of things for the past couple of nights. And I was just wondering what kind of messages or who are they or anything like that.
It seems like you're calling in quite a few of them, actually. It feels like it's more active because you're there. At least that's what we pick up on. So you put out a welcoming energy. I believe it's for protection. There are some canine beings, energies on those ships in some level of reality. But just basically just to bring a calming state to the area itself. I believe it has a lot to do with weather because sometimes the weather there can get kind of unsettling. So I believe tornadoes, things like that. I believe that's it. That's the area you're in. So
yeah, Oklahoma.
It has a lot to do with clearing that, which is pretty important. Yeah. So, but also I feel like you're healing a lot of Anunnaki. I'm not sure if you're aware of your Anunnaki connections, but it's like you definitely do have Anunnaki in your past. But you're very connected to the bird.
Oh, to the birds, to the blue avian.
Oh, the Anunnaki bird.
Oh, Anunnaki bird.
Yeah, because
What
they
would
appear
that
as
look
bird
like?
beings.
Just like a big giant pterodactyl, whatever that is.
When you look at Anunnaki, they have a bird head. So like a cockatoo. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
kinda
that
like
means
stock or something.
hierarchy.
Oh,
High up.
yeah. That's why I'm so bossy.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I believe you're during the time of Enki also. At some form of Anunnaki, but I feel like you're more of an Indian at that time, more of a Native American type of energies of that.
Oh yeah.
Part of all that, all the galactic drama that was going on then.
Yeah. And so my second question is just about for me and Hayden, any messages from our family, Star family.
Well, to add, also you're part of many hybrid programs. I believe you know that. And you started a lot of Hayden's hybrid programs. So I believe as a Zeta, he couldn't get some hybrid programs to work. And when you showed up, you fixed a lot of the problems with your energy. So it's like his group, I believe it were Greys, and it just made different. It's not really clear what was going on with that.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of sabotage. I believe other beings are having trouble there, but
yeah,
you sense they're having difficulties, and so that's one of your and Hayden's connection overall. They just worked well together. He just always has a good, normally a good, energy towards others.
Yeah.
So just when
I
he gets
feel
on,
like I feel like I brought in almost like a protection energy too, so then it wouldn't be messed with, and then could give them the right DNA or however mix that they're needing.
Yeah. With Hayden, he would create as a Zeta. He would just work on a project, and that's all he'll do.
Yeah.
And then with others, he'll just work on it with them, and if he can't do the project, he doesn't know how to function around it. Similar to now, so the way he is now is just the way he just used to be. He can go to a different direction, but he's not ready to leave where he is right now.
And he likes it here out in the country now too, because it's so quiet.
Yeah, You're helping him be more human, as you can see.
Uh-huh. And grounding, because he usually doesn't like to touch the ground,
Yeah.
and he was touching the
Mhm.
ground, the
Yeah.
ground stuff today.
Yeah.
So it's reconnecting him. That's really good.
Yeah, so he's as alien as you can get, you can say.
Uh-huh. Yep, for sure.
At least in the
100%.
gray level of it all.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about him and Ivan's connection this morning too, how good of friends they are as in other
Yeah.
realities,
exactly.
Seeing that for sure. Okay, well, thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go back to Charlotte.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. So it's getting really crazy here in New Zealand. I'm going to be getting fired from my job pretty soon. I can't get an exemption. I'm pretty okay with it. It's become pretty dark and hostile, and I guess my question around this was just what skills and abilities do I have that I could focus on more that will help me in the next phases of my journey?
Well, right now you're just going into survival mode, you could say. We believe you'll be able to, so manifesting. So another job.
Yeah.
So just focus on that. Now, what talent goes into it, you will be able to adapt to it pretty quickly, from what I can see. So look at that as a talent.
Okay.
Finding something new and adapting to it. So don't get
Okay.
scared of something new. Obviously, I don't think you would anyway, but just to put that out there anyway.
Cool.
So
Thank
it's
you.
possible in the future you might leave the country altogether.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you're probably ready to move now. You might move to Asia, possibly somewhere that's safe, of course. Well, without all of this, so you might have a connection. It's not clear how that's going to happen. That might be in a couple of years. But right now, it's knowing your power, how you can make things work for you. That's where your power is, and you'll be able to do it.
Thank you.
Okay.
And my second question, I'll just leave it open, please, to any messages that want to come through.
Yeah, you're connecting more to your inner power. As you can see, you're clearing out any blockages of control. So you're seeing a draconian energy, a draconian empire where you're living. I believe, yes, the mouth of the dragon. So you're seeing how severe it is, and there is an energy of Nazism there, obviously.
Absolutely.
So there is a lot of grandkids of the Nazi regime is there, but they're in the corporations and the government. They were obviously, the story of that hasn't been clear. They talked about the U.S., but then talk about it other places. So the grandkids they're doing it because they can.
Yeah.
So, but for your work, it might take a little while for you to transition to this other job, but we feel like you will find something halfway decent though. So,
Thank you.
blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I have Blue's questions. Her first question, she says, "Hello, elephant beings. Thank you for visiting us. Many people are struggling in current times because you are aligned with Ganesh frequencies and dolphin frequencies. Can you please share advice on how to remove heavy obstacles and restore joy in one's life?"
Well, it's up to the person, of course. Well, sometimes you have to go through a dark side of the soul, darkness, to find the light. So some people, there's a journey, even a tunnel of darkness they have to see through and heal and release. Some of that's karma from other incarnations, like with your situation. You've had a connection to black magic in your past, and it feels like you're releasing a lot of that. Also you have connection to dimensions that other beings don't want you connected to. So it feels like you're clearing a lot of elite energy, Illuminati stuff. And that's another reason why you're going through what you're going through. I mean, you're connected to hierarchy, as you probably know. and it's not as comforting as some might think. So when you recognize that, when you discover the problem, what's bringing the darkness, it helps you heal it. So blessings.
Okay, thank you for that. Her second question, she says, "Are there any messages from the Elephant Collective for me?" Thank you.
Yes. Well, you have the ability to see behind you and around you. Maybe not constantly, but you see you do see the future. You see obviously constant different types of timelines of the future. And sometimes they're further out than you might think. Sometimes you feel like it's going to happen soon and it ends up happening a lot later. Of course, there's a lot of timeline where it's happening at this time. I also see that you as a time traveling energy too. Much of your energy comes from Venus. So that makes things a little bit complicated because there is a Martian war here, as you know. So you just want to just be peaceful, and some beings aren't into that, as you know. And there is a squid energy coming from the Martians. That's not exactly friendly. Oh, blessings.
Okay, very cool. Blessings. Up next, we got James.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
I was wondering, did I bring the Omicron variant of the virus to myself last week because I was having difficulty breathing?
Well, it feels like you attracted to yourself in some form. Yeah. Maybe not the full version of it, but you did attract it astrally. I believe it has to do with test, what the world has to go through or something like that. I believe you have a portion of it. You don't have the full thing. No.
I see. And I was wondering if there's any messages from JFK to me or from any other beings around me.
Well, the JFK, so I believe part of the shadow government, you do have an aspect of yourself connected to that. To heal it, I don't see it there to cause difficulty, but there's like a parallel version of you. I don't believe it's here anymore, but was like during the 60s. And that's the reason why you have certain intuition, certain things you just know. But of course, the Diana thing is still connected to JFK, at least on an energy level. Basically, the same deception that was used on him was used on her, as you know. So, yeah, blessings.
Oh, wait, me, Diana, and JFK are related to your collective?
Yes, you're connected to all kinds of, you can see an alpha version of the JFK if you want. J. Edgar Hoover has a connection to alpha people. Maybe not the most positive being there, though. But yes.
I see. You.
That was interesting. Kind of got shivers when you say J. Edgar Hoover.
Yes, he popped in.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I guess. Up next, we've got Sean.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Hi. My first question. I kind of feel like my thoughts have been kind of been messed with. Like, I don't know if it's what's kind of going on, but they've been kind of a little more chaotic, more than usual, I guess I should say. Kind of
well, it's a reptilian / archon. They're doing it to tire you out, or even self-sabotage. So that shows that you are spiritually getting stronger. So you can ask the angels or ask for assistance to clear your mind, to protect your mind. Obviously, they still find ways into your mind, but it feels like part of you is also understanding how they operate. So there's kind of like a parasite. There's a parasite energy, basically, is what they are.
A parasite?
Yeah, they're trying to use mind control on you. It's not working, but they're trying though.
Is that why I've been kind of doing this parasite cleanse? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, well, that'd be kind of obvious,
Yeah.
but it kind of almost feels like they're coming. It's coming from like Ngartha, like from below more. Is that where it's coming from, or is it coming from above?
Well, yeah. The parasite, yeah, that's coming from like insectoid energies. Yeah, that live underground. So yeah, you can say like an alien shadow government under the ground. Yeah, like an alien base in Agartha.
Yeah, I have been kind of noticing like how they do work and how it's been affecting me.
Well, part of it is to see how the world works. So it's kind of like, you take one, you take a hit, but you also understand how reality works. So, but it will clear eventually.
Okay. And then my second question is, I have this mountain that I always go to, and I was just wondering what's my connection with it, and like, is there anything going on besides just me going there to meditate in the ground?
Well, it feels, there's a lot of Agarthian energy there. So it's just basically to realize your Agarthian self. As a Palladian being in Agartha. So it's just basically for grounding overall. But it is to remember your authentic self, where you're at your highest power. So it's basically a rejuvenate yourself. I wanted to say there was some Native American energy, and there is some, but I feel like it's mostly Agarthian.
Yeah, I feel a lot of that there. Like I see a lot of hawks out there.
Yeah, you are connecting to your inner wizard too. So just think of this as like spiritual training. What you're dealing with those beings that are causing difficulty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
what
almost,
it feels like.
It's almost like you're spying on them.
Nice.
So, all
right. Thank you. Blessings.
Yeah, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we got Dragon.
Hello, elephants. How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks.
My first question is, for a while the elephants were kind of disappearing from Earth, humans mainly to cause, and I heard a long time ago that the elephant beings kind of were thinking about withdrawing from Earth just because of the way they were being treated. And it was a similar thing that's happening to the bees as well. I think both the bees and elephants made a comeback.
Yes.
Interesting for the bees, I think their comeback is not so beneficial for humans, but that'll all straighten out because I think their comeback is largely due to the mixing with the killer bees, but they're becoming less dangerous too in the process. But I was wondering, have the elephants? It seems like their numbers are growing again. They've kind of solved the poaching issue, it seems, through their own genetics. Sadly, losing tusks for the time in the process, or at least some of them, just never being born with them growing. Does it look like the elephants are deciding to stick around?
Yes, I don't believe they'll never leave this planet. This is too much part of ancient history. It's also healing the reptilian energy that's here. It's healing the human energy. It's just, they'll find a way. There is a lot of assistance behind the scenes, as you know, the alien energies. They just feel like the elephants, some want to leave, but others will stay. So the stronger elephant souls are coming in, and they're not going to put up with just their extinction here. So they're not going anywhere.
Cool. And it also seems like nature in the savannah is kind of teaming up against poachers now. Like I think, like if you put a poacher, a lion, and a elephant together, it's most likely the poacher's going to get attacked.
Yeah.
There's a poacher.
Yeah.
Kill.
Yeah, well, the elephants would be just more protected. That's what's the world's going into. But also, I believe the elephants in India, I feel like the numbers are increasing quite a bit, actually. So
That's good to hear. My second question is about, I've noticed, like, I think when my energy level's increasing, it seems like multiple people start to come up with things they need from me and ask, just getting back in contact with me and distracting me from that. And I kind of feel like it's almost like an assignment for them to interfere with my energy levels, keeping them not from getting too high. And as strange as it sounds, I almost feel like I set that up to some degree. Can you talk about that?
Well, your spirit guides get activated when you get a new download, and other people around you, they get similar information, not exactly, but they're there to work with you, and you're working with them. So it's like you all move to a different timeline, it seems. So yeah, and also you're doing your own energy cleansing with certain people too, helping them with they're helping you, of course. But that shows there's just a collective consciousness there that you've all agreed upon. So there's contracts there, as you can see.
So when I feel like they're coming to lower my energy level, it's maybe more that I'm helping raise theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a test. Yeah. Yeah. So they're getting attracted to you to fix themselves, you can say. Hopefully fix themselves.
Interesting. I just got to look at it the right way, I guess.
Yeah. Well, because they drain your energy a lot.
Yep.
So they want your information too, sometimes. They just don't know why they approach you. They just know they need to come to you.
I think after they approach me, they wonder why they approached me.
Yeah, rattle your cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shows you how major programming is being done. I mean, there is nefarious energies going on there at times.
And it seems like lately, beyond just interpersonal connections, there's been a few cases of like the system trying to quote remind me who's boss or something like that. You know, like screw that. I'm not gonna.
Well, some do have a god complex. Yeah. Comes with the industry.
Yep, and I think they're easily manipulated to go at me and try to assert the government and everyone's dominance over me, and I'm just not letting it happen as much as I can avoid without causing problems for other people as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Much love. Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up last this evening is me. Thank you again for coming in. Thank you. For my first question, like many here, I feel at odds just living here. I want to be successful and as I follow my heart, but I also don't want to invest or support this economic slave racket they've got going. It's like asking yourself, how can I be abundant while living in prison? I don't want to feed it. I don't, give anyone running it at my energy. I just want to break the rules of reality and do my thing, independent and free from any system. Can you and my guides share some advice on how to make peace with how I see the situation so I can best work within the limits of this current timeline and not feel like I'm compromising and delaying my vision for a free world?
Well, the job is connected to artificial intelligence. So you are healing that aspect of reality. Has a lot to do with the city that you're in too. It's basically an artificial intelligence program constantly, especially within the humans. So it's trying to make the humans into like robotic slaves. Obviously, it's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so this whole health situation too is just making people more it's like another program basically.
Yeah, programmable, controllable. Right.
Yeah, so if this program doesn't work, this one. And those that are agreeing to it are getting more ingrained into the system, more robotic. So
yeah, I had a blow up with a family member over the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because of the programming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something is triggering in me where I can't stay silent when people are spreading lies, not around me anymore.
Well, probably in your next year, I mean, it's still going to be some kind of monetary system you have to go by because that's just the way the world works.
Right, right.
But you'll find some way where it's more comfortable, even where you're at too. It seems like even there, you can do it remotely anywhere. So there's a possibility of you going somewhere else and still doing your job.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Well,
and your living environment, if that changes, it'll make it a lot easier.
yeah, definitely. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it feels like you're heading in that direction.
All right, sounds good.
But where probably somewhere that's low rent and somewhere that's connected to nature. It's not saying exactly where. Interestingly, we feel the energy of Colorado, not the expensive places,
Yeah.
but we do feel Colorado's energy there. But that's up to you.
Interesting. All right, something to look into.
Yeah, just like by a river or a lake or somewhere that you feel
Yeah, definitely.
something peaceful, because then you can still do the monetary system, but feel like you're not losing it.
Yeah, ultimately, I want to, break away from that whole 9 to 5 monetary system and do something
Yeah.
more that speaks to, like my joy, my passion.
Well-
It's kind of hard to find that right now. So,
Well, I feel like with the moving, at least from our perspective, a new living location would be first. Of course, it might go the other way, but a new living location, and then you'll figure something else out.
okay. All right.
Just a thought.
All right. Thank you for that. For my second question, speaking about manifesting, more easier, smoother timeline. With the new moon and the solar eclipse that were brought up earlier, I was just thinking about how our new cat Merlin knocked over my crystal grid last night.
Mhm.
And I was thinking, is that a sign saying my intention has been received, so it's time to set a new intention and build a new
Yes.
grid?
Right. Yeah, a more powerful one.
Right.
So a grid within a grid, maybe within a grid.
Yeah.
Doing it in threes is good. It just magnifies the energy of it.
Yeah, I was doing it in sixes, but in threes, I could be able to split it in half and do it in threes with the six.
You can do it in six. Yeah, you can do threes, and you can do it. Yeah. But at least three, but six is excellent also.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you for that.
Well, we have take this where you can also like think of like doing a snake, like your average, and then maybe do threes of that, basically healing the reptilian manipulation.
Interesting. Yeah, I put the grid on a seed of life kind of backdrop, so I could draw a snake on that kind of pattern using the seed of life kind of sacred geometry.
Yeah, and sacred, and also the tree of life is another one you can try out, see what kind of power you receive from that.
Interesting. All right, very cool.
It's a very tree of life is very esoteric. It's similar to the pyramids.
Yeah, I feel drawn. I just haven't really gone much into it. I have a little pendant of the tree of life, so I feel a connection. But yeah, I'll look into that
It has to
further.
do with DNA and things like that.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you very much for your assistance. Blessings to you.
Well, just wanted to say, but from our collective, because we the bird being said something. There is a Dumbo, a elephant with flappy ears that can fly, but they're not. It's not called Dumbo. On your wall, it's called Dumbo. It has a little bit more of a respectable name, but there's also mischievous elephants. There's all kinds of stuff out there. But there's a message from Dumbo, though.